Welcome back to Camp Out West. If you're new here, we sold everything we own to buy this abandoned caravan park, and we've been working hard alongside our full-time jobs to bring the land back to life, and finally give our land the care and attention it deserves. Removing decades of rubbish and following our dream to self-build our own home and open our own campsite. We hope you enjoy watching our journey unfold.
Welcome back. If you watched a couple of episodes ago, we had Craig and Di here working on our French drains. So we're trying to improve the drainage on our land because we're on a hillside in West Wales, so we get a lot of rain, and also we've got clay soil, so it tends to hold a lot of the moisture. And we've had a lot of questions from people since we had the French drains, assuming they have the same issues as us with drainage, asking have they been working. And the great thing is, once it's raining, I've been nerding out and coming down and checking, and the water has been flowing into the bottom ditch, which is good. But the best improvement is after like prolonged rain, so we've had 2 days solid now of rain, you can see that the ground dries a lot quicker after the rain. So that's been a real positive. The plan was, when the guys were here, we were going to carry on with the French drains from the camping field, which we've done now, all the way to the back of the property, and then they were going to extend our stock fence to basically close us in. But we hit a big problem. And that big problem is we have a trunk water main running through our land. So if you don't know what a trunk water main is, because we didn't, essentially it's a high pressure, massive pipe that's supplying a village or a town with their water. And unluckily for us, we've got one running through kind of the top and all the way down the side of our land. And we only found out by chance, really. So there was somebody from the water board looking for leaks in our local area. We got chatting to that guy, just general chit chat, and he came back to us 10 minutes later and just randomly said, "Oh, did you guys know you have a trunk main on the land?" And we obviously didn't really know what it was, but turns out we've got an 8-inch high pressure water pipe that was put there in 1958, so it's like 60 plus years old, and that is the next village down the hill from us. That's their water supply, and yeah, that's kind of thrown us off a bit. Where we were getting the guys to dig trenches and do the fence pretty much coincides with where this pipe could be, and because the pipes have been there so long, the records of where it actually is aren't that accurate. So they've showed us on their GPS, on this iPad thing they've got, where they think it could be, but that could be inaccurate by up to 5 meters each way. So we're kind of at a standstill now, because if we get the guys to dig trenches or knock posts in and it hits that pipe, the amount of pressure in it could throw someone off an excavator. The guy said it's enough to break 100 mil of concrete, so it's quite a significant amount of pressure. And also, if we did that, there'd be a village that has no water and we'd probably be bankrupt. So yeah, we've had to stop with the drainage for now. So it's left us a bit in limbo. We've had one option from the water board, which is them coming and doing exploratory digging to try and physically find the pipe. And they've kind of said that obviously we can't really do that, because if it's an asbestos pipe, so it's going to be quite fragile. So if we hit it, then obviously it's going to cost us. But they can't tell us how much it's going to cost for them to do it, because they said, it's kind of how deep is it, because they don't know how deep it is, where exactly it is, and the ground conditions. So if there's anyone else that's had similar problems and they've had to have a water board or any other services come and actually do exploratory digging, how much does it cost you? Because we're kind of stuck. Obviously, the positive is we know it's there now, so we know roughly where to not do things. Nobody's been hurt yet, we haven't done any damage, but obviously, we're kind of stuck a little bit. So if anyone's got any experience, let us know. But other than that, we're going to crack on. Today we're back in the cabin working on our dividing wall and our bathroom. So let's get on with that. So across here, we're going to be making a stud wall to separate the living space, which is where the camera is, to the bathroom. And just to make things a little bit more complicated for ourselves, we're putting a pocket door into that wall. So a pocket door is essentially a door that slides inside the wall, so it doesn't take up any floor space. You don't have to have a door that swings open into the bathroom or into the living space. So they can be fiddly, is what we've been told, and a few people have told us to avoid them. But because this is a tiny house, we don't really have the space, so we're going to be going with one. And this seems to be the brand that most people that have been successful with them have recommended, so hopefully it's a good choice. First thing was scraping off all the excess glue from the floor joints, so we had a flat surface for our internal wall to sit on. Then it was time to measure and cut our first pieces of wood for the new wall. First I fitted in some extra studs into the exterior wall. This will give us a solid area to fix our new wall to. I've attached them sideways so we can still fit insulation in behind them. We use 6x2 timber for this, as it gives us somewhere inside the bathroom to fix our wall coverings to later on. Then it was time to cut and build the stud work. We added the top plate which ties it all together. This is where we got to last night with our partition wall. So this is all fastened on this side, all nice and square. This side we need to level up and screw them into this top piece of wood. We're going to double this up as well because this is acting like a bit of a header, like when we've done with the windows and things. But yeah, this is the whole bathroom area now. So we're going to have our shower that pretty much takes up all of this space. We're going to have our toilet in the middle, and then our sink and vanity unit and taps and stuff will all be here. This will be the actual opening of the door, but because we're going with the pocket door, it kind of slides into the wall. So that's why this opening is so big. So our next job is actually assembling the pocket door system. So it's kind of like a metal cassette, I guess, that fills this whole space so the door can go inside it. So that's our next challenge, is putting that together. Since we showed a mock-up of the cabin, we did like a 3D model of it, we've kind of rethought about the bathroom space, and we've decided instead of keeping the sort of shape of the ceiling the same as the rest of the cabin, where it's really tall with a flat spot in the middle, we think for the bathroom it makes more sense for us to have a flat ceiling which kind of goes all the way from the top plate, so still at 2.4 meters, so still a massive ceiling. So we've got a flat ceiling for the bathroom, but that'll give us all of the space above them we can make into a storage solution. Because we're in such a small space, you know, storage is going to be key, so I think it's a better use of the space to have a flat ceiling with a storage above it.
Come on then, let's take a break. Good girl. Good girl, sit. Okay, so we've just finished doing the stud wall for the bathroom, and before we start doing the super foil insulation on the rest of the cabin, we're going to take a little break because my energy is really starting to flag. Maggie's energy is fine though. I've started running in the mornings before we start work because I've signed up for a 10k race. I'm not a runner, and the biggest thing I've found by doing exercise in the morning is come midday my energy and focus level really starts to dip. So I'm not a coffee drinker. I've never actually liked the way coffee made me feel, and for me, and I know know a lot of people, coffee can act like a stimulant and increase anxiety, but one thing that I found worked for me is drinking matcha, and that's something for the last year that's become a daily ritual for me. So over the last few months, I've been drinking a new matcha drink by the brand Magic Mind, after they kindly sent us some of their mental performance shots to try, and we fell in love with them, so I'm so excited to have them sponsoring today's video. If you're new to Magic Mind, they're a matcha-based mental performance shot designed to help sustain energy and focus throughout the day. With no crash, come down or jitters, it also helps reduce stress thanks to their incredible blend of ingredients. Magic Mind was created by a scientific advisory board of doctors and medical researchers and took 10 plus years to develop their formula. What I love most about this product is you don't need to refrigerate it, which is great if you're on the go or if you don't have a fridge like we didn't for the first 2 years we lived on the land. I also love how easy the bottles are to travel with and drink on the go. Not only are they so much better value for money, costing less than if I wanted to buy a coffee or matcha out, but they also have the bonus of having the additional 12 high quality ingredients that make up their super blend, giving you so much more than just caffeine. Magic Mind also gives you 100% of your daily vitamin C and vitamin D, which you wouldn't get in your normal coffee shop. If you'd like to try Magic Mind, just head to magicmind.com/CampoutWest and use code CampoutWest20 to get up to 48% off your first subscription for the next 10 days, or get 20% off for a one-time purchase. Magic Mind ship internationally to over 65 countries and have a no questions asked 100% refund policy for up to 100 days after buying. Thanks again to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's video. Come on then, Mags, let's go back to work. Come on then. Everything we need for loads of bits.
All feels really solid, which is good.
Yeah, they do. Is that enough? Yeah, she does not like the rain.
You wet out there?
Oh, you're soggy pup! Look at you! Oh. Go on then, in your bed.
Come on, Max, kitchen. Come on, kitchen.
Oh. You're beautiful. Look at her little paws though. You comfy?
Doesn't look very comfy. Oh.
Gonna go back to work? Should we go back to work? We're gonna build the door? Are you gonna help us build the bathroom door?
So this is the frame for the pocket door. We finished putting it together. It's actually quite a good system. I think if we were to do it again, we'd be much quicker. But we need to get it all level and plumb now. And then we're going to fasten screws into our stud walls. But these are just temporary braces. So once I've screwed this all off, these can come out. And then pretty much this is where the door will be. And then it'll slide into this cavity inside the wall. And then we can cover this with our finished wall covering, which is good. Now we've fitted the internal wall, Emily finished off the last of the insulation in the bathroom. We're done for the day in the cabin, really happy with the progress in the bathroom and with our pocket door. We've got a really exciting day coming tomorrow, so we're actually heading up to Warwickshire to the glamping show. So it's pretty much a trade show for everything to do with glamping and those types of accommodations. So we're excited to go there and get some ideas for how we finish the cabin, see the sort of standard that people are creating, and also to look at some options for tents to replace the terrible tents that we bought for something for our glamping field. So looking forward to taking you guys along with us. It was the first time we'd attended the glamping show, so really excited to see who was there. Fat Huts was Emilie's favourite. The black and white colour scheme is very similar in style to what we're going for with the cabin. They're also showing saunas, chicken coops, hot tubs, anything that would work well for glamping. Even had alpacas there.
We also met a lot of cute dogs there. There were also so many different tent, yurt and dome options, and this was John's favourite.
We also saw our friends, the Coal Bunker, who are local to us here in Wales. They're the guys that are doing our ground screws for our shower block. We're back on the land. We had a really good day yesterday at the glamping show. It was a bit of a long day. I think we spent 7 hours in the car, so we did it there and back in the same day, which is why we didn't take Maggie with us. But really glad we went. We got to meet some really cool people, and it was amazing to see, the shepherd huts and the cabins and stuff people were making and what sort of finish that they had. So it's given us a goal on what sort of finish we need to have on our cabin. It was cool to see all the different tents and the glamping options as well. I really liked the Geo style dome by True Domes, and they can take something like 120 miles an hour of wind, which sounds ideal for where we are. So that's kind of my favourite. If there's anything that we showed there that you guys like the look of, let us know. But yeah, really glad that we went. That's the end of today's video. Just want to say thank you again to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's video. We're going to put some more information in the description of the video, but we'll see you guys next time.